And Jessica, I know you had a question about, hey Josh, about incorporating Josh's art.
Yeah. So I was okay, so I did his red label. Um it was like during class when we were still in school, and I did it right, and then whenever I tried to do the other ones, I'm not sure what I did, but that's why they look pixelated, because it's not like separated from the background, if that makes sense. It's
Okay, so you need to put it on a transparent background.
Yeah. Okay, so this is his. I just downloaded the file that he gave me, and what I usually do is I like just take it into Photoshop. So
So it's an Illustrator file, right?
yeah.
So you don't have to take it into Photoshop because actually this is a vector file. Once you take it into Photoshop, it rasterizes it and you want to keep it as a vector because then you can make it larger without losing quality. When you place it, just place the artwork. So go back to InDesign and you may have done that, but go to File, Place and select that logo. And can you select the original Illustrator file?
I do it in Photoshop so I could do the bevel and emboss
Oh,
for
I
it.
see. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like
one thing I noticed is that I didn't know how to use Illustrator to make like one singular shape for the window. So I
mhm.
had to put like a circle on top of the rectangle to give
Yeah.
it that rounding thing. But I noticed when you do the emboss, it like shows up at a circle. So I don't know if there's a way to like flatten it so it's like one shape.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
was
that's
like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, okay,
Uh,
this one right here, it's fine. Like whenever I placed it, it was like it's not attached to anything, if that makes sense. Or like this one, you can tell that it's like a little bit more pixelated, and so I just didn't know. I don't know how to get it to where it's just this.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I see you needed to do the embossing effect in Photoshop. So let's open it in Photoshop so I can take a look at it. If you go to the links panel in InDesign, it will open that file automatically. So go to Window Links to open, or oh, you got it open there. And then just click on the file in the links panel. And then click on that pencil on the right to open the original. And then go to Edit Original. So click on that pencil again. And so once it opens, I just want to check the resolution. And it looks like, did you already place it on a transparent background?
no.
Okay, so we can do that too. All right.
Okay,
So,
this because the red one's fine. This is what I wanted it to be, but I don't know how to do it with the other one.
and what is the resolution on that?
This
The, yeah, can
mm,
you go back to the red one and go to image size, image, and then, okay, so it's at 1 inch by 1 inch at 300. So that's probably fine. Just make sure next time, because I would start larger. So when you take the Illustrator file and bring it in, because the Illustrator file, you can make it as large as you want. So I would make it larger before you bring it into Photoshop, because you can always shrink it back down, but
okay.
you can't make it larger once you bring it into Photoshop. So
Okay.
next time I would start off larger so that you can have a larger size to work with once you rasterize it.
So you're saying that whenever I download the file in Illustrator, make it larger, or
Yeah, you can make the Illustrator artwork larger by just selecting the whole thing. And then if you hold down that shift command to constrain the ratio so it doesn't get disproportionate. Yeah, so you can just make it
okay.
as large as you want. then save it, and then bring it into Photoshop so that you've got a larger size to work with. Yeah, so at this point, change your resolution to 300. You're in CMYK. For background, I would select transparent. And then you can enlarge the document size too.
Wow, is that easy? Okay.
Yeah, and now you can add the emboss and effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the next thing. I was just wondering what you guys think looks better. Because I know it looks like it's like a bump on it whenever, well, it's the ones that I have right now.
Yeah, I'll let Josh address it since it's his design. What do you think, Josh?
I mean, honestly, it looked good. I feel like trying to keep it as close to the text as possible, just because that's like the same emboss level. So I mean,
Okay.
like,
Yeah, it's good.
just to keep it uniform, I guess. But
Yeah, it was. That's why it looks like that. So I was like,
okay.
well, with the text, it's a lot different, I guess, because I don't know. But I try to do it the same, but I don't know. I guess I can just like figure
Honestly,
out
just like mess around with it and see
better.
what looks the best.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good suggestion to have it kind of keep consistent with the type style, because that's mainly why you're doing it here, because it doesn't really need to be embossed,
Yeah.
but it matches the style of the type. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go too far in the effect here, just enough so that it's unified with the type. So yeah, I added the new style to the second, the rosé one too.
Yeah, I definitely like combining the logo and the text. I think it makes it look a lot more full. Because I was trying to figure out how to fill up as much space as possible, but it didn't really work because it started colliding with like the rosé, like what type of wine it was.
Yeah.
So I like how you like combined it on one line. Yeah. And
And
what did you do to add like the texture to the text?
I just made it so in InDesign. Let me open it up here. I just used the special effects. I've got it grouped. So here, I just selected color burn.
Mm,
And what it does is that burns or includes the color with the background.
mm,
So it just combined, because that paper has a texture to it. So just combine the two and just gives it kind of a grain. And some of the samples that they showed us had that kind of texture. I think they really liked the texture as part of the logo. So that's why I added that.
yeah.
So again, I'll show all of these different versions to them and see what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another idea, I mean, I don't know if this is possible, but to actually like try to print it on like a textured piece of paper,
Yes,
like the
that
background,
would
that would
be
be really cool.
ideal. I
I don't
will
know if
communicate
that's,
that with them and say, hey, we could try to actually print this onto this textured paper.
yeah,
So yeah, so we'll get to that point later when we talk
yeah,
about paper stocks and stuff. But
yeah,
yeah, that's a great idea.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, it looks awesome. So,
So good job, good job. If, I don't know if Jessica's still here, but yeah,
Oh
good
yeah.
job to both of y'all.